Hey everybody, Jayne Sanders here, purpose coach and master scientific hand analyst. It is Friday night in sunny California because it's still sunny, even though it's almost 7 o'clock because it's now daylight savings time. Anyway, today when I talk about it, I'm going to be really brief on this because I could get into so much detail. And that's not what these newsletters are about. It's really just a high-level view because it's kind of fun to see what you have in your hands and what the general meaning is. So today what I want to talk about, I'm going to start talking about possible prints in the top of the palm. And, I would say of all the entire palm, well over half my clients have at least one print in the palm. Anyway, when they're at the top of the palm, they usually look like a little loop hanging down there in between the two fingers, like a uvula that's in your throat. It's kind of what it reminds me of. Anyway, when they're between the two fingers, we take the meaning of the two fingers and combine them, master path, student path. So this edition, I'm just going to talk about print that is possible between index fingers and middle fingers, which we call Jupiter and Saturn. This print is very rare. I've seen, maybe 10, maybe 15 at most out of over 1,500 clients. So it's a pretty rare print. So if you have one there, it's pretty important. So master path of right Jupiter is the visionary leader, leadership, power. The master path of the right middle finger of Saturn is being a business person, being good with resources. The student path if you have a print up here, then the master path would be being a leader in business. See how we combine the meaning of the two fingers. So the master path would be leader in business. If you have a print here, the student path of that, so the student path of Jupiter would be powerlessness and overwhelm, not standing in your power, and then you're going to get overwhelmed. That's the real short version. And the student path of the business person is self-worth issues that show up as time and money challenges. Again, super short version. So the combination of those then would be overwhelm with money or overwhelm with resources. Okay, that's right hand. Left hand, master path, Jupiter, is the passionate advocate, advocating for yourself and others and causes you believe in, and standing in your personal power and knowing what your desires and passions are and bringing them into your life. The master path for Saturn, the middle finger, don't want to hold that one up by itself, is the mentor, knowing your value and being a role model, teacher. So when I combine those, if there's a print here, then the master path of that print would be the passionate mentor. And you could say passionate advocate and mentor. And the student path of Jupiter on the left is victimization, which causes not living your passions. And then the student path of Saturn, or the middle finger on the left hand, is self-worth issues that shows up as guilt and niche issues. So when you combine those, the short version of the student path for the left-hand print, if it's there between Jupiter and Saturn, is victimization and guilt. So see how it works? We just combine the meaning of the two fingers and let's see, I'm trying to think. Oh, it's so rare. I can't even think of one example. I'm sure I've had one or two. But when these show up in the hands, people identify with what they're about. So that's the quick and dirty about a fingerprint that you may have at the top of your palm between your index and middle fingers. It's a rare one though. And then next week I'll cover one possible between your middle and ring fingers, both hands, and then the following week between ring fingers and pinkies. So I hope you found this interesting. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see some of you at one of my speaking events coming up, because that's why I post them, so that you're invited, unless it says private event. So that would be cool. And let's see, you're going to see this after the weekend. But anyway, I hope you had a good St. Patrick's Day. I'm Irish, so woohoo. Anyway, see you next time. Bye-bye.